And I want to leave you with this to think about. And anything we do, we have a spiritual life in stages. It's been proposed that there are stages of life with Jesus that we have. Now, this isn't the Bible, this isn't scripture, this isn't absolute truth, but rather it's a helpful illustration in the same way sharing a helpful story can be for us. So this diagram behind us basically was developed by a man named St. John of the Cross. By the way, I would love to have that name. But if you look at the diagram behind us, we see that there's 6 stages in our life with God. The first is recognition of God, like accepting Jesus into our life. That would be like the first stage. The second stage is the life of discipleship, learning the essentials of faith. Stage 3 is the productive life. It's like beginning to lead and you're giving back. And then most of us are likely within those first 3 stages because stage 4 doesn't typically happen until you're quite a bit older. But what's really interesting in this theory is that most people, when it comes to journeying in faith, never actually make it past stage 3 because what happens is one hits a wall. And I want you to know this now. I want you to just remember this, bookmark it somewhere in your memory because this might happen to you and it actually likely will. Is the wall is basically a tough thing that happens in our faith when we don't see God working anymore and we might have a major season of hurt and doubt. It can happen any time. So I want you to be aware, just take note of that. And what's revealed is when one has a rule of life, they're able to use the guardrails to continue moving on their journey with the Lord to make it to stage 4, stage 5, and stage 6, where they continue to grow and develop in their faith with the way of Jesus. Now, I truly think that this is a really helpful way to think about our faith. It's not everything, but it's helpful. It's a way to be like, okay, this makes sense. And I also tell you this because as you develop your rule of life, I want you to keep this in mind in the back of your head. And I share with you this because of this. Building a rule of life is for life. It is for us when we're first learning about God and when we're leading for Him. When we are old, you see, following Jesus is for life in all stages. And to move us towards a place of love, we need to train towards godliness.